boikala, 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 boikala. Boikala, 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 boikala. Lecha dodi, likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekavela. Boikala, 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 boikala. Boikala, 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 boikala. Lecha dodi, likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekavela. Boikala, 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 boikala. Boikala, 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 boikala.
Shabbat Shalom, everybody, and welcome to Shwayder Shabbat. I'm Rabbi Joe Black, the senior rabbi here at Temple Emanuel, and I'm here with Jody Abrams, our incredible director of Shwayder Camp. I want to welcome all of you to this very, very special service that we look forward to every year. Representing our clergy team, I'm here with Cantor Elizabeth Sachs, our senior cantor, Rabbi Emily Hyatt, our associate rabbi, and Steve Brodsky, our cantoral soloist and music director. Jody, do you want to introduce the other people on this call?
Yes, I would love to. So we are so happy we get to officially welcome Julia Titel as our assistant director, who started about 12 days ago, and as well as Emily Resnick, who will be joining us as our director of teen engagement and learning. And we are so happy to be welcoming her soon here too. We also have Dennis, one of our favorite camp song leaders. He is going to lead our service. And we also have a number of campers here to remind us just how magical camp is. We have Abby and Kevin Schwartz, we have Maddie Silver, and we have Holden and Paisley Jordan Dill, and we will hear from them in a bit. But welcome everyone. We are so happy that everyone is here joining us tonight. As you know, we have been waiting a little bit longer to celebrate camp, and it's been a little bit weird of a year, but it is so wonderful that we can all come together on probably the coldest weekend of the whole year, which reminds us just how much warmth there is up at camp and how much warmth it can bring to us as we celebrate Shabbat together. So we look forward to celebrating this evening with you, and I will turn it back over to Rabbi Black.
Well, we're not at 10,200 feet at Camp Shwayder, but we're going to do the best we can to give everyone a taste. So we're going to continue our worship now as we kindle the Shabbat candles. Cantor.
So I want everyone to imagine, just like the slide that you see, that we are in our space up at camp and we are getting ready for Shabbat as the sun is slowly setting over the mountains. And we take a deep breath and we say, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu le'adlik ner shel Shabbat.
Awesome. So next we're going to be saying the blessing of the children. And when I think about the blessing of the children, I think about at camp, when we say this blessing, all the Shwayder staff open up their talit wide and wrap it around as many campers as they can, or they use their hands and their arms and they place it on top of all the campers that they can reach within their arms. And it's a moment of community, a moment of togetherness, a moment of connection. And now, in a world where being that close to someone is discouraged, not allowed, and sometimes scary, I can remember and appreciate the blessing of the children at camp with that added blessing of the togetherness and the closeness. And so as we say the blessing tonight, I encourage you to remember the moments of connection that this blessing has brought to you in the past. Embrace the moments of connection tonight with the people that you're with, and look forward to those moments of connection and togetherness and closeness that this blessing will bring us in the future.
Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. May God bless you and keep you. Yair Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka. May God's light shine upon you, and may God be gracious to you. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. May you feel God's presence within you always, and may you find the most precious gift of peace. V'yasem lecha shalom.
La la lechado di likrat kala pnei Shabbat nikavela. Lecha lechado di likrat kala pnei Shabbat nikavela. La 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 lechado di likrat kala pnei Shabbat nikavela. Lecha lechado di likrat kala pnei Shabbat nikavela. Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad. Hishmi'anu el cham yuchad. Adonai echad u'shmo echad. L'shem ol tiferet beliti la 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 lechadodi. Likrat kala pnei Shabbat nikavela. Lecha lechadodi likrat kala pnei Shabbat nikavela. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha ki hi mikor havracha merosh mikedem nesucha sof ma'aseh b'mashchavat tchila la 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 lechadodi likrat kala pnei Shabbat nikavela. Lecha lechadodi likrat kala pnei Shabbat nikavela. Hitoreri, kiva orech uri, shir daberi, vod Adonai alayich nigla la 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 lechadodi, likrat kala pnei Shabbat nikavela. Lecha lechadodi likrat kala pnei Shabbat nikavela. As we proceed into the last verse, please rise physically or spiritually and face your worship space. Bo'i v'shalom materet bala, gam b'simcha uv'tzechol atoch emunei am segula. Bo'i chala, bo'i chala, la 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 לקראת כלה, פני שבת לקבלה.
Hi, my name is Abby, and I'm a last year Dalit at Shwayder camp this summer. This is my 9th year at camp, and Shwayder has been such a big part of my life for so many years. I love how close everyone gets while at camp, and I love all the fun activities that we get to do, like ziplining, bubble ball, and archery. I also love going on the overnight and hiking to different places around Shwayder. My favorite thing about camp is Friday night, when we celebrate Shabbat with Israeli dancing and singing. Shwayder is like a second home to me. I miss the mountains, Hammock Village, and the camp community. Shwayder is such a special place, and I really hope we get to go back this summer.
Hi, my name is Kevin. I love Shwayder for a bunch of reasons, but I'm not going to annoy you with all of them. I think Shwayder is really awesome and super fun. I am a first year Gimel, and I love all the food and snacks that they make. I also love to zip line and the ropes course. I love to play Gaga and 9-ball. Some of my favorite memories is on the soccer field and in the archery course. I hope you guys have a great year at Shwayder, and hope to see you there.
Please rise, spiritually or physically, for the Barhu. Yalla lai lai lai, 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 yalla lai lai lai. Am I awake? Am I prepared? Are you listening to my prayer? Can you hear my voice? Can you understand? Am I awake? Am I prepared? Baruch hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed, le'olam va'ed. Yalla lai lai lai, 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 yalla lai lai lai. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bidvaro ma'ariv aravim v'chochma poteach she'arim. El Chai v'kayam tamid yimloch aleinu le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Amariv aravim uvitfuna mishaneh itim umachar מחליף את הזמנים ומסדר את הכוכבים במשמרותיכם ברקיע כרצונו. אל חי וקיים תמיד ימלוך עלינו לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני המריב ערבים. The days roll into evening, the moon rises in the sky, then sinks low, giving way to light. You bring about the sun each day, you brighten everything. Then you fill our sky with stars, in awe this song we sing. אל חי וקיים תמיד ימלוך עלינו לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני המעריב ערבים.
Let love wash over your face, caress your eyes, brush your lips. Let love pulse through your heart, warm your lungs, and fill your chest. Let love strengthen your bones, ignite your nerves, awaken your flesh. For love is in the air and in the wind, the current and the waters, the flow of gifts from God's creation, divine bounty and grace. Calling out to you, dear sisters and brothers, awake, you slumberers. Awake, you who walk warily into the day and dejected into the night. Have you forgotten my gifts and treasures? Have you forsaken the beauty around you? Have you surrendered your joy and passion? This, then, is God's command. Let love wash over you, pulse through you, pour strength into you. Let love carry you into luminous days and radiant nights. Sing and dance, laugh and play, lifting your life with passion and hope. Let love be your messenger and your message. Blessed are you, God of love. Baruch atah Adonai habocher ba'amo Yisrael be'ahava.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kivod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed. Baruch Shem Kivod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad.
You may be seated as we continue with the Ve'ahavta. Ve'ahavta Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם להיות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים אני אדוני אלוהיכם אמת.
Hi, my name is Maddie, and I love Shwayder because it is such a big adventure. For example, I get to meet new people, make new friends, and do things I've never done before. At camp, there's always joy around you, and with joy comes laughter. I would always be laughing at jokes until my belly hurt. One of the most joyous moments at camp is Shabbat. We dance, we laugh, and we have a ton of fun. I hope we all can be together for Shabbat at Shwayder this summer.
Hi, everyone. So, a custom that we have at camp is every night before we go to bed, the whole camp comes together and we sing the Shema and the Hashkivenu, asking for God's protection throughout the night. And it feels so right to say it tonight so that we all know that we can have the comfort of camp, but also ask God for that little bit of extra protection. So, Dennis, please lead us in Hashkivenu.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu L'Shalom, L'Shalom V'hamidenu Shomreinu L'Chaim Ufros Aleinu Sukat Shlomecha Ufros Aleinu Sukat Shlomecha Amen. Shelter us beneath your wings, O Adonai. Guard us from all harmful things, O Adonai. Keep us safe throughout the night, till we wake with morning's light. Teach us, God, wrong from right. Amen. 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 Amen.
Hi, my name is Holden. This is my 4th year at Shwayder. I'm a first year vet, and my favorite part about camp is probably Embassy Day, because there's a whole day of fun, and also because you can go places you normally don't go in camp. My favorite part about Shabbat at camp is after services when we go to do song session.
Smile.
Veshamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledoret ha-berit olam. Veshamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledoret ha-berit olam. Beini uvein bnei Yisrael, oti leolam, oti leolam. Veshamru bnei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledoret ha-berit olam. Ki sheshet yet yamim asa Adonai et hashamayim ve'et haaretz. Veshamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledoret ha-berit olam. Uvayom hashvi'i Shabbat vaynafash, Shabbat vaynafash, Shabbat vaynafash. Veshamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledoret ha-berit olam. Veshamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledoret ha-berit olam.
Amazing. This has been such a lovely service so far. I hope that you are feeling the Shwayder magic in the tunes and the voices of our campers and the voice of Dennis, our Shwayder song leader. And now we get to this moment where we get to really talk to God. The Amidah is our most important prayer, our standing prayer. And whether you are standing physically or spiritually, this is the moment when we stand tall and we really talk to God. And so I invite you to do just that, to rise physically or spiritually and to prepare yourself for these moments of being with God.
Ana na 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 Adonai. Ana na 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 Svatayv tiftach. Ana na 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 Ufi yagid. Ufi yagid tehilatecha. Ana na 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 Adonai. Ana na 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 Svatayv tiftach. Ana na 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 Ufi yagid. Ufi yagid tehilatecha. Ana na 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 Adonai. Ana na 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 Svatayv tiftach. Ana na 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 Ufi yagid. Ufi yagid tehilatecha. Ana na 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 Adonai. Ana na 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 Svatayv tiftach. Ana na 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 Ufi yagid. Ufi yagid tehilatecha. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu Elohei Avraham Elohei Yitzchak v'Elohei Yaakov v'Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel v'Elohei Leah Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor b'Chanorah El Elyon Gomel Chasadim Tovim V'konei hakol, v'zoher chasdei avot v'imachot, u'mevii gula livnei v'nechem, leman shemo be'achava, melech ozer u'moshia u'magen. Baruch atah Adonai, magen Avraham be'ezrat Sarah. Atah gibor le'olam Adonai, mechayei hakol atah rav l'choshia. Mashiv haruach umorid hagashem, mehalkel chaim bechesed, mehaye hakol berachamim rabim, somech noflim verofe holim, umatir asurim, umekayem emunato lishenei afar, michamocha baal gevurot, Umido melach, melech memit umechaye, umatzmiach Yeshua, v'ne'eman atah lechachayot hakol. Baruch atah Adonai, mechaye hakol. Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, u'kadoshim b'chol yom yachalucha selach. Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh.
Thank you, Dennis. So I want everyone to listen. And if you listen closely, you can hear the sound of the stream next to the chapel. Take a smell and you can smell Shabbat dinner wafting over the entire Shwayder camp. You can look around and see everyone in their Shabbat whites. You're with your best friends in the world. And you feel the peace and the magic of Shabbat at Shwayder camp. What an incredible place to be. What an incredible gift that we have as a congregation. So let's take a few moments now and imagine that we're up at Shwayder or in a place that we love. And let's take a few moments to pray in silence.
וגואלי יהיו לרצונים רפים רפים והיון ליבי לפניך יהיו לרצונים רפים רפים והיון ליבי לפניך אדוני צורי אדוני צורי אדוני צורי וגואלי אדוני צורי אדוני צורי אדוני צורי וגואלי יהיו לרצונים רפים רפים והיון ליבי לפניך יהיו לרצונים רפים רפים והיון ליבי לפניך אדוני צורי אדוני צורי אדוני צורי וגואלי אדוני צורי אדוני צורי אדוני צורי וגואלי.
We find that when we're in those holy places or we're doing those holy things and we are elevated in our own spirituality, that we want to pray for those that we love who need our prayers the most. And so we take a moment now for the Mishaberach, our prayer for healing. And as we always do down here at 5,000 feet, we will sing the first verse and then we'll pause and we will add in the names of those that we know of that need our prayers for healing this Shabbat. And then I'll invite you to add any other names that you want in the Facebook chat, in your heart, in your, say them out loud, whatever feels right to you. And so we begin with the beginning of the Mishaberach. Today we are praying for Zachary Hoffman, David Karner, David Lustig, Jeff Cohn, David Goldenberg, Stuart Myers, Catherine Plus, Jean Silber, Scott Englander, Stacy Hoffman, Kristen Myers, Corey Franklin, Sandy Schur, Julie Gordon Ganez, Brian John Miller, Shanti Hazan, Jennifer Brynan, Lynn Pollitt, Lynn McLaughlin Cromar, Cindy Friedland, Howard Rosenberg, Leonard Streer, Deborah Alenikoff, Bobby Fuhrer, Alex Busnovetsky, Louis Karsh, Michael Altenberg, Isabel Make, and Sharon Crane. And I invite you to add in any names of those that I did not say that you are thinking of. Again, type them in, say them out loud, say them in your heart so that we can hold them with you and pray together for their healing. Baruch atah Adonai, Makor HaRefuah. Blessed are you, Adonai, the source of all healing.
Bless those in need of healing with refuah shelema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say,
Shabbat Shalom, everybody. I want to tell you my favorite story that relates to Shwayder Camp. And I thought about, what story should I tell? But I always come back to this one because it truly encapsulates, for me at least, what Shwayder Camp is all about. And it's a story about King Solomon and the temple in Jerusalem. You see, King Solomon wanted to build the temple in the perfect place. It couldn't be a place that was inaccessible. It couldn't be a place that was a place of war. It couldn't be a place that was a place of that was not exactly right. And so he sent his surveyors out all over the city of Jerusalem to find the perfect spot. But no one could find one. One was too high, one was too low, one was too hot, one was too cold, one was the scene of an ugly battle. And so they kept looking and looking, and King Solomon could not find a place. And he was worried because he wanted to build God's house. So one night, after all the surveyors and all the architects failed finding the place, there was a knock on the palace door. And a man dressed in rags, looked like a beggar, said to the guard, "I need to see the king because I know where the temple will be built." And there was something about this man, who, by the way, was Elijah the prophet, just so that you know, but no one else knew that then. Something about this man made the guards see that he was an important person, even though he was dressed in rags. And so they brought him to the king's chamber. They knocked on the door. The king said, "Yes." And the man walked in, and the king said, "Who are you?" And the man said, "Follow me." And again, there was something about him that was majestic, spiritual, in control. And so the king followed him. And the king said, "Where are we going?" And the man said, "I'm going to show you the place where you will build the temple in Jerusalem." And so they went on a journey, and they started walking from the palace in Jerusalem. And they walked for miles and miles. They walked up hills and down valleys. They crossed streams, and it was a tiring walk. And the king said, "Are we there yet?" And the man said, "Soon we will." And finally, they got to the top of a big hill. And the man said, "Look out there." And the king said, "What is it? What is it?" The man said, "Just look." It was dark. It was pitch dark. And the king said, "What?" And he said, "Wait." And sure enough, over in the corner of the field, the king saw a light. And it moved from one side of the field to the other, and it went out. And then he saw another light come from that side of the field and go to the other side of the field and went out. The king looked at the old man, who really was Elijah the prophet, and he said, What happened?" And then he said, "Shh, watch." And then he saw another light came 5 minutes later from the other side of the field, and it went across the field and went out. And then after a period of a few minutes, went across the field again. It came back and went out. And the man turned to the king and said, "That field is where you will build the temple in Jerusalem." And the king said, "Why?" And the man said, "Because on that field live two brothers. One of them is married and has a large family, and the other is not married and has no family. And the two brothers work the field together. They plant the seeds, they take up the crops, they get the grain, they store the grain. One has a granary, a warehouse on one side of the field, and one has one on the other side of the field, and they split it exactly in half, and they share the profits. Well, each night, every night after the sun goes down, the brother who has a family cannot sleep. He thinks to himself, I am so blessed. I have a family I have children, people who love me. My poor brother is all by himself. It's not fair. He should have more than me because I have such a wonderful life. And so each night he takes a torch and he goes into his granary. He fills a big bag with grain. He puts it over his shoulder, and with his torch and the grain walks to the other side of the field to his brother's granary. He dumps the grain into his brother's grain bin, picks up his torch, goes back, and sleeps like a baby. And every night, 15 minutes later, the brother who's single, who doesn't have a family, can't sleep. He thinks, I love my brother so much, and I'm so happy with my life. But my brother has so many mouths to feed. It's not fair that I should have the same amount of grain as him. He should have more. So he takes a torch. He goes into his barn, into his granary. He fills up a sack, carries it with the torch across to the other side of the field. It goes into his brother's barn, dumps out the grain, comes back, goes back to sleep, and sleeps like a baby. And Elijah, who the king realized now who it was, Elijah the prophet, said to the king, King Solomon, this is where you will build your temple. Because only on a place of love can the temple be built. It can't be on a battlefield. It can't be in a business place. It has to be a place of love. And as the story goes, that is exactly where King Solomon built the temple in Jerusalem. Now, I tell you this story because places of love, places where we can feel God's presence, are magical, wonderful, holy places. And that is exactly what Shwayder Camp is. Each of us come to Shwayder, we bring our best. Yes, there's horseback riding, and there's archery, and there's the ropes course, and there's Israeli dancing, and there's singing, and there's fishing, and all the things we do at Shwayder, and they're all great. But what makes them even more special, and what makes the Shwayder magic so impactful, is the love that is in everything that happens at Shwayder Camp. And that is why our campers and our counselors and our alumni come back summer after summer. And that is why Shwayder Camp has instilled a love of Judaism in so many people, including some of you. And maybe some of you haven't gone to Shwayder yet, or maybe you know children or grandchildren or young people who should be going. You can still go, because Shwayder is a place of love. And we at Temple Emanuel are so blessed to have Shwayder Camp, to have Jody Abrams, to have Julia Titel, to have all of our incredible staff who will make sure that each camper feels that love and makes Shwayder Camp so special and so magical. And that's the story of the two brothers and Shwayder Camp. Shabbat Shalom. And now we call up Paisley.
Hi, my name is Paisley, and I'm a first-year Olive. I'm really looking forward to Shwayder because I love horseback riding and the ropes course. I also love nature, and I'm excited to make new friends and memories at camp.
Thank you, Paisley. We now begin to conclude our service, and I invite you to rise either physically or spiritually as you are able for Aleinu. Aleinu l'shabeach la'adon ha'kol, la'ateit gedula liotzer bereshit, shelo asanu kigoye haratzot, velo samanu כמשפחות האדמה שלא שם חלקנו כהם וגורלנו ככל המונם ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך
And as we always do, we conclude our service with memory, with a space to recall our loved ones who are no longer with us but who remain in our hearts. This week in our congregation, we mourn the loss of Dr. Ned Shallett and Robert Tucker. And we link their names to those who have passed in the previous 30 days: Herman Bauer, Josephine Bradito, Norman Francis, Robert and Mary Hunter, Jardena Dunn Martinez, Chase and Jameson Martinez, Natalie Moser, Sandra Myers, Robert Sherman, Carol Stein, Mikhail Weisman, Eleanor Wynn, Sheila Zemmel. And we link these names to those who have passed at this time in years gone by: Helen Cohn-Amter, Joan Berenbeim Axelrod, Anna Hubscher-Beck, Thelma Benowitz, Arthur J. Beitscher, Benjamin Borwick, Johanna Boss, Nicholas Boss, Dorothy F. Cohen, Ethel N. Goldberg, Morris Goldberg, Ida Ruth Goldhammer, Dr. Gary N. Goralnik, William Grossman, E. Stewart Grousman, Jenna Grubin Morrill, Frida Hacker, Harry Hoffman, Samuel H. Iskow, Anne Breslow Jacobson, Edith Steinberg Kay, David Commissaro, Dan J. Kornfeld, Bobby Levine, Esther Ann Morris, Dr. Kenneth Morris, Eleanor Grace Perlmutter, Albert Rose, Edna Schoen, Blaine Schwartz, Joseph H. Silversmith, Karen Jean Slade, Arthur J. Snyder, Miriam Stone, Albert Sussman, Rachel Dorothy Tanner, Simon Wachtel, Maury Wagner, Louis M. Weiner, J. Burt Weiner, Rose Troy Weinshank, Della Weiss, Ann Wenner, and Lily B. Wolfe. And as we always do at Temple Emanuel, we link these names to 10 of Colleen's 420 who were lost during the Holocaust and for whom our Fine Art Chapel stands as eternal memorial: Reinhold Heller, Walter Heller, Anna Hellerova, Benska Hellerova, Elsa Hellerova, Ida Hellerova, Helena Hellerova, Hermina Hellerova, Carolina Hellerova, and Ruth Hellerova. We say Zichronam Livracha. May their memories forever be a blessing. And I invite you now to rise as you are able physically or spiritually for the words of the mourner's Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, ve'alma divrach chirutei ve'amlich malchutei, b'chayechon uv'yomechon, uv'chaye dechol Beit Yisrael, ba'agala uv'izman kariv ve'imru amen. Yehi shmei Rabbah mevarach le'olam u'lalmei almaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shmei dekudsha b'richu, La'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbachata v'nechamata, da'amiran be'alma ve'imru amen. Yehi shlama Rabba min Shemaya, v'chayim alinu ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, alenu ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru amen. And may the source of peace send peace to all who mourn and comfort to all who are bereaved. And let us say, Amen. Ya'oseh shalom imroma, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru,
We have just a couple of announcements before we conclude our service this evening. First of all, Shwayder Shabbat, which has been fabulous thus far, continues after this. So if you are a camper or a person that wants to listen to campers go nuts, song session and Israeli dancing are happening at 7:30. The link to sign up for that is in the comments on the Shwayder page, I believe. So go ahead and sign up if you're a camper or want to be a part of that. It will probably be loud. And then tomorrow on Channel 1, so where you are right now on Facebook, and our main page on Facebook or on Channel 1 of the website, 9 o'clock, Young Family Shabbat with Steve and likely Jill. 10 o'clock in the morning, Torah study with me right here. 11 o'clock, community service with me and Steve. See how that works? You guys are getting the pattern there. And then at 7 o'clock, we will have in all those same places, we will have Shwayder Havdalah to wish Shabbat a fond goodbye. Also happening tomorrow on Channel 2 and on the Temple Emanuel B'nai Mitzvah page, we are going to be celebrating, Mia is going to be celebrating becoming a bat mitzvah at 9 o'clock in the morning, and that will be with Cantor Sachs and Rabbi Black, and we're so excited. Mazel tov to Mia and to her family. And a couple of things that are coming up outside of that, outside of Shabbat, that is. On the 16th, so on Tuesday, Own Your Power with Ariella Halevi. It's the last one. These have been fabulous, so tune in for that. And then on the 25th, you guys, it's already Purim. I don't know what time means nothing anymore, but Purim is happening on the 25th. Really quick rundown. 6 p.m., totally 80s spiel. Geeked, it's gonna be rad. I actually say that. I feel a little silly. Okay, so we're gonna have a totally 80s spiel. The music is gonna be amazing. And then at 7 p.m., the Latka Homentashen debate makes its re-debut. We've had some good ones in the past. This one is gonna be excellent. We're not sure who's taking what side yet, but Norm Brownstein v. Gary Lozo. Going to be nuts. And our state representative, Daphna Michelson-Janae, is going to be the moderator, and she is excellent. So buckle up, you guys. It's going to be incredible. And then on the 28th of February, it's still February, got it. On the 28th of February, 10 a.m., the Purim Spiel is happening again. That's right, it's happening again. It's happening again. Totally 80s, part 2. And then there's going to be a magic show for all ages. More Purim info on the website. Lots of other things are happening. Please check the website, check Facebook, check your e-notes, all kinds of amazing things. And right now, we are going to say Kiddush over the wine and get ready to celebrate Shabbat.
We are. If you are a camper age, you should raise your little tiny cup of grape juice, like the guys in the picture. And if you are an adult, you can raise your glass of wine, and we're going to bless together. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodesho, be'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu, zikaron lema'aseh v'reshit, ki hu yom techila lemikra kodesh, zecher litziat mi Mitzrayim, Kivanu v'acharta, ve'otanu kidashta, mikol ha'amim, ve'shabbat kodshecha, be'ahava uvratzon, hinchaltanu, Baruch atah Adonai, mekadesh HaShabbat. Amen. L'chaim. And at Shwayder Camp, we have a tradition that everyone should be either touching the challah or touching someone who is touching the challah. I have a feeling that tradition is going to have to change this summer. We will see. Probably going to be some new rules around touching people's challah. But here we go. Let's bless the challah together. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz b'te'avon.
So this whole year, we have been in our own spaces. We have been virtually experiencing, just as we virtually experienced Shwayder night, but there's something about that Shwayder magic. I can smell the pines. I can see the aspen trees and hear them rustling. Just listen, you can hear them. Yeah, I hear them. And we ask God to help us hold on to those places in our lives that formulate who we are, that have a huge impact on us. It's our counselors, it's our teachers, it's our clergy, it's the best friends we make in the world. That's what Shwayder Camp is all about. And that's what we give thanks for on the Shabbat. We at Temple Emanuel are so blessed, truly blessed, to have this incredible gift that is the, as I always say, the jewel in the crown of Temple Emanuel, Shwayder Camp. And on this Shabbat, we give thanks for Shwayder, we give thanks for Jody and Julia and all those who watch over our campers, who make each summer special. And we give thanks for our campers who come back excited about being Jewish with the best friends they've ever made in their life. And that is good for all of us. So on this Shabbat, when it's really cold outside, we are thinking of the Shwayder sunshine and the warmth, but the warmth doesn't just come from the sun. The warmth comes from everyone. And so as we begin to conclude this service, we bid a Shabbat Shalom from our big mountain. That's Shwayder Camp. From our mountain to your mountain, we wish you a Shabbat Shalom. Dennis, you want to sing us out? Mountain song? Yeah.
Yeah. We all live on our own mountain so high. We all live on our own mountain so high. From my mountain to your mountain to my mountain so high. From my mountain to your mountain to my mountain so high. I'm calling you. I'm calling you. I'm calling you. mountain to my mountain so high. From my mountain to your mountain, to my mountain so high, I'm calling you. I'm calling you. I'm calling you. I'm calling you. I'm calling you.
Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Can't wait for Shwayder this summer.